Welcome to this special edition of County Report This Week. I'm Susan Kennedy. Each week we bring you a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. From politics to schools to public safety to the arts, there's a lot happening here, and 2011 was a busy year. During this show, we will show you some of the standout stories that defined Montgomery County. And we start with the wild weather that swept our region in August. In 1 week's time, we experienced an earthquake that registered 5.9 on the Richter scale, and just a few days later, we were graced with the arrival of Hurricane Irene. Both events impacted the lives of county residents, and here's a look back.
It was around 1:53 in the afternoon when county employees started evacuating government buildings. The earthquake confused many who were inside their offices, but all followed procedure.
Immediately, I thought it was a big truck that was creating like a vibration, but it was way more than a vibration. It was like the window was like things were moving in the room, and so that's when I knew it had to be an earthquake.
Cell phone communication was a challenge, but still, the police 911 operators were busy with a high volume of calls seeking non-emergency information.
We did not have on the police side a large number of incidents that were specific to the earthquake itself. Fire and rescue faced a similar circumstance. Within probably about 2 hours after the initial earthquake, things pretty much went back to normal.
Crews were out in full force over the weekend after high winds and heavy rain from Irene brought down power lines and tree limbs.
We had to trim a bunch of trees. There's a lot of branches that took the wire down, so we got to clear that up before we can heat the line back up. Trees is a big factor in their job because they're blowing, they're breaking, and they're always changing. And up there, these people planted the trees, and they're nice, and they just don't think about it getting into the lines. And that's a big hazard.
Montgomery County had its support staff out assessing damage and road conditions throughout the day Sunday.
They should be aware of the water, standing water on the roads right now, and low-lying wires or whatever. That's, trees are pushing down a little bit. I've seen a lot of that, but mainly the water, standing water on the roads.
PEPCO officials promised to have power restored to all of its customers by the end of the week. But generally speaking, it seemed Irene was mostly an inconvenience, and residents were rebounding and in good spirits. There was another storm of sorts this year, but this one was political. A proposal by County Executive Ike Leggett to impose a curfew on youth under the age of 18 divided council members as well as the community. After months of debate, the council voted to table the measure, which drew both criticism and support. Police officers say they are running into problems with teens hanging out on the streets until the early hours of the morning.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Chief Tom Manger of the Montgomery County Police Department.
Police Chief Tom Manger says the curfew is not meant to stop kids from being teenagers.
As a parent and a police chief, I do not want to limit the legitimate opportunities for entertainment and interaction for our young people, nor do I want to stand idly by and not have at our disposal a tool that can help us manage a situation before it turns ugly.
We want good kids to be able to engage in healthy activities, and so we want to make sure that we have the right balance in this law, that there's exceptions in there to let kids go out and enjoy these healthy activities.
The overriding issue here was a bad proposal, in my view, the curfew, and that was crucial for the council not to support something that was not only unwarranted, but I think would have been harmful to the county because it sent a false message about the level of crime among young people, and I think it tarred young people with the same brush. When 95 to 90% of young people are law-abiding, and they're the people that we saw here at the public hearing and saw at the youth town hall meeting. Those are the young people that I think about when I think of young people in the county, and they far, far outnumber the very few young people who are misbehaving or who are involved in the 7-Eleven thefts.
I really think people deserve an answer. has been the talk of the town since July. We've heard from so many groups. We've heard from and I've certainly heard from plenty of folks who have mixed views on this. And you know, our job is to legislate as legislators. And I really think we do a disservice to the community, to the county executive, and frankly, to my good friend and colleague, Phil Andrews, who's been out there on this, to not resolve this one way or the other.
In other political news this year, the county continues to struggle with a challenging financial situation as the economy slowly recovers. The budget approved by the council this year took big steps in addressing the county's structural deficit. And in one of its boldest moves yet, the council decided not to apply for a waiver at the State Board of Education on the state's maintenance of effort law. That said, there were many other tough decisions this budget year.
I wanted to make sure that everyone sort of understands the perspective of the council regarding the budget as we move forward.
The biggest step the council took this year was the decision not to apply for a waiver for the maintenance of effort funding for education. After that, the council moved forward to approve structural changes that spread the cuts across all agencies.
Once you include MCPS in the mix, because that's where all the employees are, you get a whole lot more savings than if you were just trying to get the savings from the county government employees. And this is what we did. This is why these savings have been so significant, because it's not been done like that before. The county executive's budget, if you recall, only took the cuts from county government employees, but did not spread that across all agencies. What this council did was something that was another very difficult decision. We decided that all employees across all agencies would participate in all of these changes.
Irvin says the budget decisions pose difficult trade-offs, but in the end set the tone for a blueprint for addressing future budgets.
I think that the council should be proud of its accomplishments, and we did it, all of us, we did it together.
Still ahead in our Year in Review show, new faces in leadership, the city of Rockville elects a new mayor and council, and the county gets its first school superintendent in 10 years. Stay with us. Welcome back to our special edition of County Report This Week, the Year in Review. Rockville's mayor and council are elected every 2 years in nonpartisan elections. 37,000 registered voters have the chance to elect one mayor and 4 council members. This year's election consisted of a field of 10 candidates vying for 5 spots, and Bridget Breuer wrapped the results up for us.
Rockville Mayor Phyllis Marcuccio was re-elected to serve as the city's mayor during the City of Rockville's 63rd mayor and council election. Incumbents Bridget Newton and Mark Pershela were also re-elected, along with former council member John F. Hall Jr. and newcomer Tom Moore to round out the 4 council seats. We talked to the winners on election night after the results came in.
Hey, listen, this is one incredible city that we all live in, and if the city citizens want me back, I'm there.
Mayor Phyllis Marcuccio has served 1 term as mayor and 2 terms on the city council. She beat out incumbent council member and challenger Peter Gajewski. There were 8 candidates running for the 4 open council seats, and here's what the winners had to say.
I think we're going to actually look to try and ensure that the council is able to cohesively function in a respectful and productive manner in a way that I think sometimes it hasn't over the past few years.
I'm relieved. I am excited. I think it's a great opportunity for Rockville, and I'm looking forward to another 2 years with Phyllis Marcuccio as mayor, and John Hall and Mark and Tom. I think we're going to work well together.
Well, I think our budget will be a continual challenge. I never promise anything in the way of give back on $100 tax credit because I think our challenges are very severe. I would like to go forward with the Rockville Summit and the outcome from that. I think we need to plan for the future, so that's what I'm going to be looking forward to.
Well, I'm very pleased. It's, I think it's a clear message the voters sent that they want a council that can work together, be civil, and really chart a course for this city.
From the halls of the city of Rockville to those of Montgomery County Public Schools, a new leader this year to oversee our stellar school system. Dr. Joshua Starr was appointed superintendent over the summer, and he was chosen with the goal of continuing the path of progress for MCPS.
Incoming Superintendent Dr. Joshua Starr paid a visit to Montgomery County this week to learn more about our school system, as well as to meet and talk with staff, parents, and students. At Richard Montgomery High School, he attended a community meet and greet event where he engaged with parents and community members.
I am convinced in America today that our standards for our children are not high enough. There is so much more we could be doing for our kids. If you focus on good instruction for kids, good things will happen for them.
I'm encouraged that he doesn't see it as a reform opportunity, and he's going to take the time to listen and understand what the issues are before taking actions.
From what I heard tonight, I think he definitely has the potential to lead our school system down a path that's going to be really good.
I like that he's young and he's fresh, and that he's going to, bring some new ideas and new optimism to this community.
He shared the analogy that, we want our students to excel academically, but we also want them to excel as human beings, and we have to find the way to create that balance.
Dr. Starr also gathered with student government leaders to hear about their ideas and issues.
Today was a great opportunity for us to share our opinions with Dr. Starr and have him respond to our questions so that we can sort of work to promote a greater future for our school system.
Boys and girls, look up here. I want you to meet my boss, Dr. Joshua Starr. What can we say?
With visits to Oakland Terrace Elementary School and Newport Mill Middle School, Dr. Starr was able to take in day-to-day operations at MCPS as he observed classrooms and interacted with teachers and staff.
It was great for us to be able to show our instructional program. It's been really moving to have someone come in and actually look at the great work that's been done here.
There's such a strong and committed, knowledgeable staff here, and educators love to learn. So I want to help everybody learn and help everybody grow and figure out together how we're going to reach new heights.
Many of the stories we have brought you this year from our partners at Montgomery College have focused on the school's work to preserve the environment. In this piece, a story about how students in the business college introduced biodegradable coffee cups to help raise awareness about the effect of disposable coffee cups on the environment.
Green as a Primary Color is a program designed by Macklin Business Institute students to educate MC students about the environmental impact of disposable coffee cups. Americans consume more than 23 billion cups of coffee every year, much of it in disposable paper cups. Despite being made from 100% recycled paper due to current FDA restrictions, they still contribute to massive amounts of waste to our landfills. The Student and Free Enterprise team designed, markets, and sells a special travel coffee mug.
The mug is so special because it's biodegradable. The mug is also special because it's for students who, with their busy college lives, they never have time to just every day be given to the environment. But this mug is a great opportunity for the students to be able to purchase the mug. They get their coffee that they always want every morning, and they also are able to give to the environment in the same way, at the same time.
With repeated use, the mugs can have a drastic impact on reducing waste, natural resources, and greenhouse gases. It's made of biodegradable plastic that will completely break down in 1 to 5 years under normal landfill conditions. This is not a profit venture for the MBI students. All proceeds over and above the initial startup cost are to be kept by the respective MCPS schools conducting the fundraiser. It is designed as a real-life business exercise with attention to environmental impact.
Montgomery County has become increasingly diverse over the past several years. In fact, we are now a majority-minority county. In light of this, County Executive Ike Leggett and Councilmember George Leventhal took a delegation to El Salvador this summer to establish this county's first sister city relationship with Morazan and to gain a better understanding of the El Salvadoran history and culture.
What we want to do now is bring all the people together who participated in the trip to compare notes, to make sure that all of the things that we want to do, from economic development, from housing, habitat for communities, the challenges that mover moms had, the things that we identified with the roads, with housing, with the hospital, that we followed through on.
The 5-day visit focused on the northeastern department of Morazan, the poorest Salvadoran state with 174,000 people, and where approximately 36% of them live in extreme poverty.
The individuals that were traveling to El Salvador for the first time saw was the real Salvador, the real people, the conditions in which many live, how hard life is when you're living in a very poor country. I think that they begin to understand the issue of migration in a much better fashion.
The trip's main event was the signing of a sister city agreement with the Department of Morazan, where Legate and Governor Miguel Ventura forged cooperation and exchange. About 800 residents showed up to witness the signing. The effort is designed to foster cooperation between the two jurisdictions on a people-to-people basis and to support already ongoing work by Salvadorans living in the county to support development projects in their home country.
Still to come in our special edition of County Report this week, we'll take you to Strathmore, where a cute little instrument brought hundreds together in harmony. But first, another jewel in the crown of downtown Silver Spring officially opens its doors when we come back with County Report this week. Welcome back to our review of 2011 here in Montgomery County. The redevelopment of downtown Silver Spring has transformed that city into one of the county's biggest destination locations. And now there's one more reason to make that trip to Silver Spring. The Fillmore opened its doors in July, giving county residents one more option to enjoy the arts. Our partners at Montgomery Community Media were there for the grand opening.
It's the grand opening of the Fillmore Concert Hall right here in downtown Silver Spring. Montgomery County residents are excited to experience world-class entertainment, starting with 9-time Grammy Award winner Mary J. Blige.
After 10 long years of construction, the Fillmore in downtown Silver Spring, one of 6 in the nation, has opened its doors to a state-of-the-art music entertainment hall. And in grand style, the opening ceremony wasn't the typical ribbon cutting, but rather guitar smashing.
Welcome to the Fillmore! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
The 2,000 capacity Fillmore, which is owned and operated by Live Nation, has now joined the AFI Silver Theater and Discovery Communications as part of the exciting up-and-coming arts and entertainment district in Montgomery County.
We're excited about the new venue here. We don't have to go to D.C. to go see our artists that we like, so we're glad to be here and ready to enjoy.
The opening of the Fillmore is more than just an entertainment value. It brings a benefit of economic prosperity to the community and the vibrancy to the downtown Silver Spring area.
We anticipate that the state will get its investment back in about a year and a half. The county will get its investment back in about 2 years. And we ultimately own this particular facility here in Silver Spring, thereby creating a great destination, tax dollars, and vibrant entertainment for a large number of people who are starved for it today.
Tickets to the first concert to see Mary J. Blige was sold out as lines wrapped around the building.
I'm so excited. It's Mary. It couldn't be any better. I'm just so excited. And she just rode by her bus.
Mary J. Blige put on a great performance, and the opening of the Fillmore was a memorable one.
Make some noise. How y'all feeling tonight? I love it when it's intimate like this.
The Fillmore will cater to audiences of all ages and tastes, offering an array of diverse music and entertainment.
There truly are so many opportunities to enjoy the arts here in Montgomery County. One other venue is Strathmore. Offering dozens of events throughout the year has earned Strathmore a national reputation. And one such affair this year almost made the record books.
1, 2, 3, go!
Swarms of people arrived, ukes in hand, not only for this free outdoor concert, but also to pluck, pick, and strum their way to breaking the Guinness World Book record for the largest ukulele ensemble.
We're getting the whole group here.
Number to beat tonight is 852.
This cute musical instrument brought people from all walks of life together to share in their passion of the uke.
It's a nice tenor uke. It's got nice tone.
Well, we get together once a week and we learn how to play the uke. And one of them is 94.
Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do.
It's better than guitar though. Everyone expects someone to bring a guitar, you know, to the beach or something. When they bring a ukulele, they're like, wow, it's so cool.
The ladies flock to you?
They do.
The Ukulele Festival is the brainchild of Grammy Award-winning musician Kathy Fink. She says it's the love of music that lured this crowd.
I know that the ukulele is popular, but music is popular, and people want to engage in playing. They want to engage in actual music making as opposed to just passive music listening. And I love the fact that Strathmore gave us the opportunity to bring together all these people who want to really play.
Who knew? Ukes are the kind of thing that they sort of live in secret places, like hobbits. But boy, when you put out the call, they come. I think it's the friendliest instrument. It is the most accessible. You don't have to know anything, and you can quickly pick it up. And once you're doing it, everybody smiles. I've never seen anybody frown with a ukulele playing.
There were even those attendees who came to the festival having never touched a ukulele before, but wanted to experience the charm of the evening. How much was it? $40?
Only $39.99.
People are telling me that the ukulele is the easiest instrument to learn how to play. And my friend Michael here is going to teach me how to strum a few chords. Michael, how should I do this?
All right, well, the easiest chord to strum would just be take your third finger and place it on the third fret and just strum up and down with one of your fingers.
That is simple.
So in the end, were there enough of the tiny ukes to achieve this historic task?
Ladies and gentlemen, our current number of ukulele players is 900.
Unfortunately, the Guinness Book of Records was updated recently, and in a festival in Sweden, more than 1,000 ukes beat the number at Strathmore. But for this crowd, a record is not as amazing as the love of one petite instrument that can achieve perfect harmony. Working to make those arts opportunities available to all residents, County Executive Ike Leggett participated in a dedication to commemorate a public art project designed to improve the quality of life for residents in the Long Branch area of Silver Spring. Here's Lorna Virgili with that report.
Susan, 400 diverse families, including 700 youth and children, reside in these apartments. This story is about how art is transforming an entire community. It has taken a village. The residents of Carroll Apartments, but mostly the children, have embraced art and beauty to demonstrate that despite obstacles, good things can be accomplished when working together.
These beautiful stairs are important to us in many ways. These are steps you can take each day to get to the bus stop, parking, and home. But the stairs also represent steps that you can take to help you get out and get to a better place in life. And what of a better model can we have for our young people to have the hope, the pride and expectation that they will have a better place in life.
The project that brought them together was a colorful stair mosaic that Arts on the Block created to change and beautify the neighborhood. The children got to participate by placing the glass mosaic pieces on the steps.
This project was helpful in pulling the community together because they were involved from the ground up in thinking through what their needs were, filling us in on what they were, and now seeing them come to life. Not only did they support the whole design process, but the children in the community helped actually put the pieces into the mosaic.
Public and private partnerships assisted this community made up of primarily low-income residents. For County Report This Week, Lorna Virgili.
Up next on County Report This Week, a year in review, a county councilwoman shares her personal story battling one of this country's most widespread diseases. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report This Week, a year in review. A recent report found that Montgomery is one of the top healthiest counties in the state of Maryland, but that doesn't mean we escape all challenges. Councilmember Nancy Florine discovered she had stage 1 breast cancer back in May and decided to tell us her story so that others might become more proactive in their own health. It started as a routine appointment with her physician and in order to follow up with a mammogram, something Councilmember Nancy Florine did on a regular basis. But after she was called back for a second look followed by a biopsy, the #1 health worry of women across the nation became a reality for her.
When the biopsy came back, the doctor called me. And of course it was a busy budget day and a busy day for me generally. And so I didn't even have time to think about it very much. But I mentioned it to some people, and they all told me their stories as well at that point in time. And then I learned what a world there is of women in this exact situation. It is just unbelievable.
It was then she knew she would need the support of family and friends to help her through this new chapter in her life.
It just has that kind of wacky, I'm here for you.
Her husband David, their 3 children, and her faithful friend Lady are the core of that network. She says the wide array of medical talent and resources in Montgomery County is comforting. Doctors scheduled a lumpectomy the week after the final vote on the budget, which left little time for anxiety.
Luckily, we had the budget. And of course, that was a major effort this spring. So it certainly was my primary focus. And, I steeled myself. I said, until I really have something to be worried about, I'm just not going to go searching on the internet. So I didn't.
Councilmember Florine credits early detection for her stage 1 diagnosis and positive prognosis. She decided to go public with her disease not only because of her status as a public figure, but also to encourage women to get their mammograms.
I do feel an obligation to share things that might help other people make decisions that they have been resisting. And I hope, getting this word out is encouraging women to have their mammograms. I've talked to a lot of people who don't want to deal with this or have put it off. They say, oh yeah, I know. And they've gone and made appointments. And, it's also encouraged people to talk about this. And that's a great thing.
Montgomery County Women's Cancer Control Program provides breast and cervical screenings to eligible women through vouchers for free mammograms, clinical breast exams, and Pap tests for cervical cancer. To find out if you are eligible, call 240-777-1750 and in Spanish 240-777-4549. And we are happy to report that Ms. Florine has completed all of her cancer treatment and is well on the road to a full recovery. Well, that is all we have for this special year in review edition of County Report This Week. Thanks so much for tuning us in this year, and we'll be back again in 2012 with all the news you need to know about Montgomery County. I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for tuning in.